8:30 p.m. BSTGolden Boy Promotions CEO Oscar Delane Hoya spent the past few days in Colombia attending the annual WBA convention, and while he was there he spent time with one of the top fighters in his stable, lightweight world champion Jorge Linares. Both De La Hoya and Linares are hopeful that a deal can be made for Linares to meet fellow world title holder Mikey Garcia, who, like Linares, has won world titles in 3 weight classes in what have usually been crowd-pleasing fights. "I was down there with Linares in Colombia, and he feels 1000% confident that he can beat Mikey Garcia," De La Hoya told ESPN on Friday afternoon from Los Angeles. Golden Boy Promotions is in talks to schedule a unification bout between Jorge Linares and Mikey Garcia for early next year. Golden Boy president Eric Gomez has been in talks with Garcia, who is a promotional free agent, about the fight. They met on Wednesday in what Gomez termed a good meeting and established that Garcia wanted the title unification fight. Now De La Hoya wants to get the deal done and not waste any more time. "I'm letting everyone know that we are serious about making the fight," De La Hoya said. "No interim fights, straight to this fight. We want the fight to happen in the first quarter of next year. Linares is all in. They're both world champions. My message to Mikey is, do you want to be great or do you just want to be a fighter who gets television dates and and fight for legacy or to one day be in the Hall of Fame? This fight with Linares will get him paid and at the same time possibly put him in the Hall of Fame by building his legacy. The devil is always in the details when it comes to making a fight," but De La Hoya said this was not a complicated deal and he addressed the various issues bound to arise. He said Golden Boy has offered Garcia a 50-50 split of the fight revenue. "You throw everything in the pot and split it down the middle," De La Hoya said. "I was down there with Jorge Linares in Colombia and he feels 1000% confident that he can beat Mikey Garcia," De La Hoya told ESPN on Friday, courtesy Golden Boy Promotions. De La Hoya also reiterated that Golden Boy is not asking for any options on future Garcia fights or requiring him to sign a long-term deal with the company. In other words, it would be a one-fight deal with no strings attached. Previously, Garcia and Golden Boy were in talks for Garcia to move up in weight to fight junior middleweight world title holder Miguel Cotto on December 2, but Garcia wound up passing on the deal because he did not want to have to sign a long-term deal with Golden Boy. "I want to make sure that everyone knows that the ball is in Mikey's court," De La Hoya said. "First, we were asking Mikey to sign a long-term deal to get the Cotto fight to help his career and guide him toward the Hall of Fame. He called us about Cotto. Now he doesn't want to do a long-term deal, fine. So let's do the fight he wants against Linares, fine. The Cotto train left the station, and he better make a decision or the Linares train will leave as well." De La Hoya said the reason for the change of heart about the future rights to Garcia fights was because we have Linares and, as his promoter, I believe in Linares, and we want to make the best fights for the fans, and we're not going to stand in the way of making those big fights. Garcia has been appearing on Showtime, and Golden Boy is closely aligned with HBO, which puts on all of Golden Boy's significant bouts. De La Hoya said the television situation is not an issue. "Whoever pays the most," De La Hoya said of where the fight would be televised. "We've been working with HBO, and we respect and love HBO, but whoever pays the most. The TV is not going to be an issue." Garcia also works with advisor Al Heyman, who had a serious falling out with Golden Boy a few years ago, leading to litigation for hundreds of millions of dollars that is ongoing. De La Hoya said, however, that if Garcia wants Heyman involved in a fight with Linares, no problem. "We have no problem with Mikey working with anybody he wants to," De La Hoya said. De La Hoya said he is pressing Garcia for an answer in order to give Golden Boy time to make a television deal and make the event as big as possible. "I want to have time to promote this fight the way it's supposed to be promoted," De La Hoya said. "We need to start talking to venues, we need to talk to sponsors. This is a fight I want to build into a big fight for both guys because it is a big fight. This fight deserves to be at the Staples Center in Los Angeles, and I have no doubt we can sell it out. We could take it to Las Vegas, to Mandalay Bay or the MGM Grand." Garcia did not return a message seeking comment. Garcia 370, 30 KOs, 29, Ventura, California, knocked out Dejan Zlatakinen in the 3rd round to win a lightweight world title in January, followed by a near-flawless performance in a one-sided decision win against former 4 Division titleist Adrian Broner. Linares 433, 27 KOs, 32, of Venezuela, has also fought twice this year. In March, he traveled to England and won a lopsided decision against former titleist Anthony Crolla in a rematch. On September 23, he retained his title by split decision against British mandatory challenger Luke Campbell at the Forum in Inglewood, California.